Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna discuss the emergency allotment for the month of April. We have a lot of new house bills that are going on in states, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. And we've got a lot more discussed when it comes to the SNAP and the EBT program. So if you want to know what is going on in the lovely world of EBT, you already know what to do, my darling. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's go ahead and kick things off with the state of Alabama. Alabama will pay out on April 30th, Maine will pay out on April 8th, Michigan will pay out on April 16th through the 25th, New Jersey will pay out April 1st to the 5th, North Carolina April 22nd through the 30th, Rhode Island April 3rd, West Virginia April 5th, Wisconsin March 19th, and Wyoming April 2nd through the 5th. Next, we're going to talk about pandemic EBT for the school year. If you try to submit 5 consecutive school days and you qualify for the pandemic EBT, some of the funds will be put on existing cards, so definitely check your cards if you haven't, and then some of the funds will be put on new cards, meaning you'll get cards sent to you. But remember, your child must be enrolled in free or reduced lunch program, as well as you have to miss 5 consecutive days, so don't miss out on that part. Alright, let's go ahead and kick things off with Colorado, where the month of August through December of 2021 will pay out in June of 2022. And then from January through May of 2022 will pay out in mid-August of 2022. Delaware will pay out benefits for October and November in March, December and January in April, February and March in May, and then benefits for April will pay out in June. Florida will pay out benefits 2 weeks after the applications have been approved. Guam will go ahead and issue out benefits on an ongoing basis, and they're gonna do an entire summer period in March. Indiana will pay out on a quarterly basis. Louisiana will pay out benefits from August through October and February, November through January and March, February through March and April benefits will pay out in May. Welcome Massachusetts. They will issue benefits for the months of September through March in the single distribution in May, and then a monthly basis for the rest of the school year. Michigan will pay out on a monthly basis. Minnesota will pay out over a monthly basis. Nebraska will pay out benefits for the month of August through October on April 20th. From November through January on May 19th. And April and May benefits will pay out on August 16th. New Mexico will pay out on a monthly basis. North Carolina will pay out on a monthly basis. Ohio will pay on a monthly basis. Puerto Rico will issue benefits from August to December in March, and then a monthly basis. Rhode Island will pay out on 3 separate issuance. It will pay out for private school and public school in April. Everybody should be on the same track. Then Tennessee will pay out benefits from August of 2021 through April of this year in May of 2022. And then May and June will pay out in July of 2022. Now Texas will issue benefits for the month of August through December in late April. And then for the month of January through June in early August. Utah will issue benefits from September through February in May, and then for the month of March and April pay out in June. May and June will pay out in July. Vermont will issue benefits for the month of September through January in one issuance, and then February through June in another issuance. Virginia will issue benefits for the month of August through January, no later than March of this year, and then a monthly basis. West Virginia will issue benefits for the month of August through December on April 11th, January through March on May 2nd, and then April and May will pay out on July 22nd. And last, but definitely not least, Wisconsin will issue out benefits for the month of August, September, and October in March, for the month of November and December in April, January and February will pay out in May, and then for March and April will pay out in June, and then for the month of May and June will be distributed in July. So this is the pandemic EBT for the school year. Guys, first I'm gonna kick things off with Montana, where leaders do not plan to continue the food assistance program. So the emergency allotment, state leaders are saying it no longer makes sense to participate in this program. This is intended to provide assistance to kids that aren't in school because of COVID-19. Now, some advocates are concerned about what's going on with the legislation and what this means for families. Because we know that if the state does not participate in emergency allotment throughout the year, then you cannot get the summer pandemic EBT program. But according to these officials, they're saying after taking part in 2 years of 2 school years for this, the Montana Department of Public Health says they don't intend to extend their participation. They said right now that fewer students are using the program, and it has really just become a burden for administrator to administer this program. So they're saying they didn't pursue the next round of funding because it's getting really difficult to manage this, and really is only serving fewer students, because we know right now to get the pandemic EBT for this school year, it has to be either a school-wide closure like at the beginning of the pandemic, or the student has to miss 5 consecutive days. And then also they will have to identify each student qualifies the specific days that were eligible for payment because of the COVID-related absence. And they're like, this is just becoming too much for both the state, the school districts, and mostly important officials as well. So it appears that Montana is not alone in this decision. We know right now that there's only about 19 states that have been approved to operate the pandemic EBT program for the school year. Now, speaking of the legislators, we headed to Kentucky, where as of right now, it looks like there's still maybe a cut in the Kentucky food stamp benefits. So we know that the governor have vetoed the bill. But now a lot of General Assembly decided to override the governor's decision of veto, and it's urged lawmakers to have compassion for Kentuckians at this time, but they're like, nope, we do not want this. So in one measure, there's a lot of House bills just being presented in Kentucky, and one measure is House Bill 4, and that is where the state of Kentucky will reduce the length of time that unemployment insurance benefits are available to those who lost their jobs. So instead of you getting your 26 weeks of unemployment that most states will give you, Kentucky now wants to dramatically shrink that time by at least about 3 months. So they're saying maybe 12 weeks versus 21 weeks as well. And then also with the unemployment, it will require people to take any suitable job that's in their region, even if it's outside your career fields. So you might not even be able to get those 12 weeks if a job is suitable. Just stay at Burger King. You must be required to take that. They also have House Bill 7, and this bill will permanently ban SNAP recipients from accessing all public assistance programs for repeated violence of selling your EBT benefits that you use for SNAP. So if you sell any of your food stamps, give people your card, do all that they want to ban you for life. So this House Bill 7 will also create work requirements for some Medicaid recipients, requiring them at least 80 hours of community engagement activities a month to stay enrolled. So they're like, you're either gonna work one way or another way. Next, we're headed to Iowa, where if you were impacted by the March 5th tornadoes, then you can apply for $5,000 in grant money. So Governor Kim Reynolds issued a disaster declarations for 10 counties, making those residents eligible for the Iowa Individual Grant Assistance Program. Now this program provides grants up to $5,000 for households with incomes up to the 200% of the federal poverty level. These grants can be used for home repairs, even car repairs, replacement clothing, food and temporary housing as well, or any type of expense that would be associated with your home or business because of a tornado. Now you can go to the state website and download the grant application as well. They do have it in English and Spanish, and it should be turned into your local community action agency. You can get $5,000. You can also call 877-347-5678. Remember, you have 45 days from when the disaster proclamation was issued to submit a claim. So it was March 5th for a certain amount of counties. And then also they have March 10th for another amount of counties as well. So this is all that we have going on in the news today. Thank you for rolling with me. Thank you for keeping up. Take care and I'll catch you later.